Effects of deforestation. Effects of deforestation is one of the most important issues that we face. Deforestation affects our environment, economy and society in a number of ways. Deforestation can occur for a variety of reasons, but it all boils down to greed. People are greedy for money and land. Deforested areas often become deserts or they turn into agricultural land which has its own set of problems, such as soil erosion. The issue is so prevalent in Brazil that they have an annual deforestation day where everyone takes part in planting trees. Effects of deforestation on human health. Deforestation has significant effects on human health. Logging and slash-and-burn farming have caused a dramatic increase in the number of people with asthma, respiratory problems like COPD, as well as heart disease due to nitrogen deposition from air pollution, which also contributes heavily to smog in cities all across America, resulting not only breathing difficulties but mental illness due to decreased oxygen levels. It can affect anyone who spends time outdoors or near polluted areas such as large urban centers, making it crucial that action be taken before it's too late because we cannot continue living this way without consequences. Deforestation seems like an environmental issue that would be quickly resolved by planting new seedlings around any clearings made for construction projects or logging purposes. However, this is much easier said than done when considering how deforestation impacts people's lives both now and into the future, with consequences including lower quality living conditions, i.e., less natural resources, increased poverty levels, high rates of chronic diseases among children under 5 years old, etc. Effects of deforestation on animals. Deforestation is a hot topic, and many people are not aware of the environmental effects it have on animals. Deforestation can lead to habitat loss for various species, such as tropical birds like toucans, who need large amounts of trees in their habitats because they use them to build nests high off the ground where they're safe from predators. The destruction of forested areas and habitat for animals, to create farmland or build cities, have been occurring since ancient times. The effects on animals are a concern because many species rely solely on forests as their habitats with no other locales they can call home. Without trees nearby that produce oxygen through photosynthesis which supports plant life all over Earth's ecosystems from coral reefs to rainforests, wildlife populations would be devastated by starvation and suffocation without a tree canopy overhead absorbing carbon dioxide from human activities such as driving cars onto highways where it is emitted into the atmosphere mixed with fuel emissions then releases back down again, trapping heat within our planet's ecosystem like an invisible blanket, warming up everything beneath its cover while also creating air pollution. Effects of deforestation on agriculture. Drastically, effects of deforestation can be seen on agriculture. With more miniature trees, there is a decrease in CO2 that can be absorbed and released into our atmosphere. Without these small changes to atmospheric concentration levels, we could have more extreme climates such as droughts or floods due to an increased temperature causing water evaporation rates from soils to be too high for plants' needs. Deforestation is causing an irreversible decline in crop yields and food security as trees are cut down to harvest their timber or transform the land into cattle pasture for meat-producing industries. Moreover, as more rainforest disappears around us, so do valuable sources of natural resources needed by society like clean water and medicine that can be found within them even if these tropical forests cover less than 6% of Earth's surface area. Effects of deforestation on plants. Deforestation can cause problems for the plants that depend on forests for their homes. When trees are cut down, they make room for other species of plant life but also take away shelter and oxygen from those who call this home, which could eventually kill them off. In the past, deforestation was a primary concern for many countries because it caused plants to die. With more trees and other vegetation disappearing every day due to human lack of care and negligence about forest preservation, this problem will only worsen over time. For future generations not have an even harder time with plant life as we do now on Earth after all these years of neglecting its protection, people need to be adequately educated in recycling so that they can stop natural resources such as wood from being wasted by burning or polluting water sources like rivers, which contribute significantly towards erosion at rapid rates. Effects of deforestation. Effects of deforestation on climate change. The effects of deforestation can lead to a rise in global temperatures, and I will tell you how. Tree leaves absorb and store carbon dioxide, which helps cool the Earth's atmosphere for hundreds of years until they decompose, releasing this climate-warming gas back into our air when their wood becomes fuel or building material. Unfortunately, Deforestation also contributes to water scarcity by decreasing rainfall levels and damaging local habitats such as wetlands. In addition, trees provide shelter for fish breeding while producing the oxygen we need every day. Polluting the environment by cutting down all of our trees will have a stimulating effect on climate change. The more timber we cut, the more miniature plants left in forests. Effects of deforestation on global warming. People have been worried about the effects of deforestation on global warming, and as it turns out, it should be. Deforestation is a significant contributor to climate change because trees sequester carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, which helps mitigate greenhouse gas emissions that trap heat in Earth's lower atmosphere, our greenhouse, creating an environment where temperatures are hot all year round with little rain or snowfall outside of winter months. A recent study published by Nature Communications found that if we do not act soon, then every square kilometer of land could lose 50% more forest cover than what would happen without humans affecting our planet's natural balance, meaning there will be fewer plants absorbing CO2 into their roots. The cutting down of trees to make room for humans is one major cause of deforestation. Humans have developed a strong need to build homes, cities, and roads that often lead through forests with the most potential beauty and biodiversity. Over time, this leaves large swaths or patches in our planet where nature has been replaced by concrete structures which suck up the heat instead of cooling it off like natural environments do, causing global warming. Effects of deforestation. Effects of deforestation on ecosystem. Destroying the natural beauty of forests is a problem. Studies have shown that deforestation can lead to an imbalance in plant and animal populations, which leads to less biodiversity on Earth. Deforestation has been destroying our planet for decades by draining its resources dry and leaving nothing but barren land behind its path. One study even found out how problematic this issue was when they looked at what happened after species were destroyed due to landslides caused by heavy rainstorms. All kinds of plants died off as well, making the environment unsuitable for animals who once lived there before too long. So with so many types gone practically overnight. Effects of deforestation on aquatic life. As trees are felled and grasslands converted to farmland, we must ask how this will affect rivers' lives. For aquatic plants such as algae to grow, they need light from above, but if there are no leaves left on these branches, their habitat is destroyed. Animals that depend on water habitats also suffer when those natural living spaces shrink or disappear altogether due to human activity like logging, which harms forests by reducing shade cover over streams and lakes, a significant cause of pollution through runoff into waterways during rains. Effects of deforestation on aquatic life is enormous. For example, plants remove carbon dioxide and generate oxygen from water. Additionally, trees help create a local microclimate that protects streams and rivers by cooling them down during periods of heat stress or drought. This functions to provide relief for other organisms in the region and humans. Effects of deforestation on economy. Deforestation has been a significant factor in the growth of economic disparity. The natural resources that forests provide are essential for people worldwide, but as they decrease and get more expensive to obtain due to deforestation, prices will increase, which can cause poverty rates to go up considerably. The trees we need so much may soon be out of our grasp if forest destruction continues at an alarmingly fast rate without intervention or change. While it is true that money from logging or harvesting timber does help boost some economies, such as those found in China's Yunnan province, where wood products accounted for 82% of its exports last year, this wealth unfairly falls on one region while countries with highly diverse ecosystems lose their sources of income altogether. Effects of deforestation. Effects of deforestation on economy on ozone layer. The deforestation of the Amazon rainforest has been linked to a decrease in the ozone layer. In addition, scientists have recently discovered fewer tree stumps and more gaps between trees than before, leading to an increase in ultraviolet rays being absorbed by plants on the ground rather than reflected into space as with leafy foliage. The ozone layer is a buffer of air molecules that protects Earth from harmful solar radiation. When trees are cut down, the soil becomes exposed to more intense ultraviolet rays, breaking apart and destroying those protective molecules in the atmosphere. As fewer H2O-laden plants grow on cleared land, there will be less moisture present in tropical climates where higher levels of UV occur at high altitudes because ozone can only form between 10 kilometers, 6 miles, and 25 kilometers, 15 miles. With increased amounts of pollution with global warming being emitted into our skies and fossil fuel burning power stations for electricity sources, this could create an even more giant hole within our planet's protection than what scientists have calculated to date. Effects of deforestation on non-living things. When trees are removed from an area, they stop absorbing water as effectively, meaning less rain for nearby areas which might need more rain than ever before due to climate change. This dries out soil on mountaintops, causing rockslides because of all their loose surface material being exposed, so often winds pick up these particles and blow them downslope, resulting in erosion until there's nothing left but a barren wasteland where intense wildfires will rage.